Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. The Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, says the Commission is open and ready to partner with the United Nations office in Nigeria to find a lasting solution to the many challenges facing communities in the oil-rich Niger Delta region. Dr. Ogbuku, who made this known during a visit to the United Nations resident office in Abuja last week, explained that the UN's development expertise and vast network of resources will help boost and expand what the NDDC is already doing in areas like poverty reduction, human capacity building, environmental protection, and infrastructure development.
As the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, continues exploring areas of partnership with other institutions and development partners, the Managing Director, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, last week led some members of his management team to the regional office of the United Nations UN in Abuja, where they met with Mohammed Malik Fall, the United Nations resident and humanitarian coordinator in Nigeria.
I can bet you that today, if you go to many rural communities in the Niger Delta, the only government presence you see are NDDC projects. So NDDC in the last 25 years have done a lot to support the developmental gap in the Niger Delta.
While the NDDC continues to make its modest efforts, especially in building critical link roads and bridges as well as other people-centered programs, the scale of the deficits and poverty prompted the NDDC to launch a public-private partnership model in April 2023. This will allow the Commission to attract alternative funding from other development partners to meet the needs and yearnings of the people. Dr. Ogbuku during this meeting noted that the Commission could leverage the technical and financial resources of the UN in addressing the educational and healthcare needs of the people in the region.
The Niger Delta is in dire need of development. The NDDC and the state governments may not do it alone. If we agree to partner to say, okay, we are developing this hospital, let us run it, then we can change our pattern rather than building and handing over, and at the end of the day you go back to some of these facilities, you will even cry that these things are not being maintained. So I think I want us to look at that, and in any other area that the United Nations deems fit that these are the gap we have noticed in the underdevelopment of the Niger Delta.
As a region, the Niger Delta has suffered from environmental degradation and deforestation due to oil-related activities, often aggravated by the activities of illegal oil refiners in the creeks, as well as other social issues like poor hygiene and sanitation, amongst others. The UN envoy, while regretting the scale of these challenges in the region, said they are committed to stemming the tide through the implementation of its social development goals, SDGs, in the region and the country at large.
And all these areas are really the components in which we want to engage and we want to work. Now, one point can serve as an entry point, but our vision is something which is much broader, which is around the SDG, and which can impact in different aspects of the life of the people in the Niger Delta, who to me really deserve that attention.
The leadership of the commission also revealed plans of providing solar mini-grids as an energy source for homes in the region to complement the Light Up the Niger Delta scheme, which is providing solar-powered streetlights across communities in the Niger Delta region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Public health experts and policymakers in Rivers State are calling for more public awareness, stronger political will and better funding to tackle malaria, a disease mainly spread by female Anopheles mosquitoes across communities in the oil-rich Niger Delta region. Speaking at the 4th Annual Malaria Colloquium organized by Aaron's Apricot Health Foundation in Port Harcourt last week, the experts stressed that fighting malaria effectively needs a team effort. According to them, everyone has a role to play, from government and health workers to community residents, ranging from clearing mosquito breeding sites to making sure infected persons get treated early.
For the past 4 years, the Aaron's Apricot Health Foundation has consistently marked World Malaria Day, celebrated every April 25, with a series of sensitization campaigns and free medical outreaches, as well as colloquiums focused on combating the dreaded malaria disease across largely riverine communities in Rivers State and the Niger Delta region. This year, the Aaron's Health Foundation and its partners brought together health experts, policy makers, and community leaders to brainstorm on new strategies for malaria control and elimination in Rivers State.
Malaria is one of the leading causes of death under 5s, even those in the elderly and also those that are pregnant. So it is very important that we send this message out to everyone to ensure that the impact of how to prevent malaria is there and how to treat malaria promptly is also there.
When we talk of insecticides, treated bed nets, are we getting them from the right source? When we talk of, other control measures, are we making sure that we are getting the best attention? Now, in the rural communities, a lot of these are not even available. A lot of the hospitals in the rural area, they don't have the nets.
We are not focusing on vector control the way we should. Vector control here now means taking care of the environment. It now means not allowing stagnant waters to be around you, clearing when you need to clear, and doing all those things to prevent the vector. The vector is the mosquito that carries the parasite.
For the convener and chairman of the Aaron's Apricot Health Foundation, the scale of the malaria crisis is quite enormous. He stressed that policymakers and government institutions must collaborate with civil society organizations to initiate homegrown solutions and ensure adequate funding for such interventions across communities in the region.
This is where we chat and bring up ideas that we can now come up with a communique and communicate to the necessary authorities, which of course the Ministry of Health, Rivers State and every other stakeholder, even policy makers as regards the House of Assemblies and all that. So we're looking for those gaps, we're exposing those gaps for us to get what is required for that to be done.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sharif Oborewori says beyond all political drama and power play, his main focus remains delivering on the promises he made to the people who entrusted him with their mandate. According to the governor, real governance is about service delivery through projects initiation and completion, as well as the implementation of policies and programs that make life easier for the people, hence his top priority will remain impactful service to his people. Governor Oborewori made this known last week when he visited several project sites in the state to personally assess the level of work so far carried out on the projects.
Moving on from the big news of his defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC, Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sharif Oborewori is back to work, rolling up his sleeves for project supervision across the state. It's now a major part of his administration's strategy to keep contractors on their toes and ensure that every project is delivered with topmost quality and on schedule. First was the Ayakoromo Bridge project in Burutu local government area, which was first awarded for construction back in 2013 but suffered several setbacks. The governor also supervised the 3-kilometer Egbo-Ide Link Road in Ugeli South local government area. In spite of the downpour, Governor Borewari and his team then moved on to inspect the ongoing works on the Trans-Warrior Day Shekiri Road and Bridges project in Warri South local government area. Conceived since 2006, was stalled until Oborewari piqued interest in it last year. The team then headed to inspect the Olomoro Igbide Road in Isoko South local government area. This critical road linking two oil-bearing communities has been in a state of disrepair for several years now.
I've looked at the work is good. My only two observations, which I just told the civil engineer now, that what they ought to do, instead of removing the asphalt, they will clarify it and use it as a base before they even put in their stone base. So, but well, what they have done is okay. It's what is in the BOQ, and you can see that people are happy. And I believe that with their promise, now next month, the job will be commissioned, the work will be done and commissioned.
Residents along some of the project sites visited say the governor's regular inspection of ongoing works is a strong sign that he is truly committed to transforming the state for the better.
We believe today that the governor came, there's hope. And everything is going to be perfect. And the road will be completed.
I'd like to thank the government for bringing this project to this community.
It's just through boat you can come to the Shekiri, the ancestral home of the Shekiri people. But now you can drive, after the Portu, you can drive straight to your house in the Shekiri. I think it's a marvelous thing the governor has done for us.
At Section C2 of the Ugeli-Asaba Expressway, the governor was happy with the pace and quality of work, which he said has gone on to make life easier for the people. At various sites visited, the people received the governor in excitement.
Inside the Niger Delta.
One of the key elements in Senator Doyedere's social contract with the people of Bayelsa State for his second term, otherwise known as the Assured Agenda, is the commitment to agricultural revolution and harnessing the potentials in the state's marine resources and blue economy. This is designed to drive food sufficiency, provide job opportunities, and stimulate economic growth in the state. To achieve this, the state government is rolling out several training and support programs for its farmers so as to be properly empowered to tap into these opportunities. One of these is the recent training and distribution of startup funds to over 200 farmers in the state.
In 2022, the state government sponsored over 400 farmers to the International Skills Acquisition Center in Nasarawa State. This program provided participants with the practical knowledge and resource support to empower them to become key drivers in the state's agricultural revolution. Building on that success, another batch of 200 trainees was recently sent to CSS Integrated Farms in Nasarawa State, where they received hands-on training in rice, cassava, plantain cultivation and poultry farming, as well as various other specialized training aimed at enhancing local food production and agribusiness in the state. At an official ceremony organized to distribute startup funds to the returnee trainees, the State Commissioner for Agriculture and Natural Resources, Professor Beke Sese, re-echoed the governor's determination to make agriculture a cornerstone of the state's economy, while Commissioner for Information, Ebio Koku Obiaye, urged the beneficiaries to use the support judiciously to improve not only their personal livelihoods, but also contribute to the development of their communities.
We in the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources, we are very committed to ensure that we guide you and ensure that we render all the necessary support that you need to be successful in whatever you have been trained to do.
It is important that you know that the funds that are made available is for agricultural purposes. I hope you all know.
While appreciating the governor for the gesture, the beneficiaries promised to judiciously put to use the resources now at their disposal.
We are aware there is food scarcity in Bayelsa, and since the state government has supported us by empowering us to go into agriculture, we believe we will do our best.
Inside the Niger Delta.
For 2.5 decades, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has been at the forefront of peace building and development across Nigeria's oil-rich region. As the foremost interventionist agency in Nigeria celebrates these 25 years of making a difference, Inside the Niger Delta with MAMODE AKUGHA is proud to bring you a special video contest tagged The NDDC Story in My Community for residents or indigents of any of the 9 NDDC mandate states. All you need to do is to first follow us on our YouTube page at NDN TV Nigeria. Then shoot a 1 to 3 minute video of an NDDC project in your community, whether it is completed, ongoing or stalled. Your video must clearly show the project and its location, including your community, local government area and state, a visible project signpost if available, and of course you sharing the impacts of the projects in question. Let the world see the NDDC through your eyes. Show us the change or the challenges. At the end of the contest, the best story wins a grand prize of 1 million naira. Second place takes home 750,000 naira, and third place will walk away with 500,000 naira. And that's not all. Selected videos will be featured on Inside the Niger Delta across TV and digital platforms, giving your community the spotlight it deserves. Submissions open from May 6 to July 6, 2025. To enter, simply visit our website at www.ndntv.com.ng. Click on #MyNDDCStory and follow the instructions. Now it's time for you, the people of the Niger Delta, to tell the NDDC story in your community from your unique experience. NDDC, 25 years of making a difference.
Isoko-born billionaire businessman and philanthropist Chief Dr. Daniel Omoyibo, popularly known as Damotech, has distributed cash support to sons and daughters of Isoko Nation from the 24 wards across Isoko North and South local government areas. The gesture was part of a recent rally in Ole, organized by Grace Mission, a socio-political pressure group founded by Chief Omoyibo to promote the socio-economic and political advancement of the Isoko people. Chief Omoyibo said the empowerment initiative is aimed at easing the burden on the poor and vulnerable, improving their livelihoods and helping them stay in the right frame of mind to make informed decisions for the growth and progress of their communities.
Since its founding in 2021, Grace Mission has remained committed to advancing the collective interest of the Isoko people in Isoko North and Isoko South local government areas of Delta State. Every year, the group hosts an economic empowerment and political sensitization rally in Ole, the hometown of billionaire businessman and founder of the group, Chief Dr. Daniel Omoyibo, aimed at improving the lives of the people and encouraging active political participation. This year, they came together again and the founder announced a donation of 1 million naira for setting up office spaces in each of the 24 wards in Isoko North and Isoko South. He also promised to provide 24 Toyota Sienna buses, 1 for each ward, to boost the group's activities and presence in the area.
Each of the ward chairmen, all kind of 1 million to go and open account for Grace Mission, Isoko South and North, the 24 wards. Because any empowerment we want to do now, we'll be paying the money into the Grace Mission account.
Damotech is going to give Grace Mission Sienna. We are going to brand it that this is Grace Mission. What so.
Members of the group were also given cash support as part of its initiative to appreciate committed members and support those in need. The obviously excited beneficiaries of the empowerment were full of appreciation to Chief Omoibo and Grace Mission.
God have praises, praise him to bless us. Anybody want to trade, he give you money, you trade. Anything you want to do. In fact, he's a great man.
He has removed many people from poverty. So he has been doing it and he's continuing to do it.
Speaking to Inside the Niger Delta, Chief Omoibo said that while Grace Mission is focused on raising political awareness and encouraging participation, the group is equally concerned about the daily struggles of the people who are just trying to make ends meet.
It pains me when I see people suffering. It gives me pain. And I know that is what I'm born for, and that is what I'm living for. So the only thing I can do is to put smile and solve people's problem. Because one day, the only legacy we are going to leave is the love we show to people.
However, to ensure that the people at the grassroots are properly catered for, Grace Mission, in its political sensitization, encourages the people to vote for persons with antecedents and open to serving during elections. It then endorsed Honorable Fineboy Egbegbare for the 2027 House of Representatives election for the Isoko Federal Constituency.
Who the girl fit very well. And I know of 100% that this time around, Fineboy is already in the House of Representatives.
Our mission is to deliver our principal, Chief Disin Egbegbare. We are begging everybody to come and join us.
The people of Grace Mission are also pushing for an Isoko governor for Delta State in 2031, when the office would rotate to Delta South Senatorial District, which is peopled by the Ijos, Ishakiris, and Isokos. According to Chief Omoibo, the Omogaga One of Isoko Land, who is the founder of the Damotech Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting the poor and vulnerable across communities in Delta State, an Isoko person would be the natural choice in 2031, as the other two ethnic groups have already had shot at the office of governor and deputy. Chief Omoibo, through the Damotech Foundation, has given out scholarships to thousands of students who are currently pursuing their education at various levels. The foundation also covers medical bills running into millions of naira and regularly provides relief materials to victims of environmental disasters.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The 7 communities that make up the Urobo-speaking Agbara Warri Kingdom in Warri South local government area of Delta State recently trooped out in their numbers to celebrate the all-important Iju Owurie festival, popularly known as Agbasa Juju. The cultural event centers around the worship of Owurie, the ancestral Urobo deity known for protecting and empowering his people in war times. Held once every 2 years, this year's edition was nothing short of spectacular, featuring energetic traditional dances, sacred rituals, elaborate cultural ceremonies, and a display of masquerades as well as melodious traditional chants which echoed through the streets of Otodo, venue of the festival in Warri South local government area.
Centuries after African kingdoms and empires relied on the strength of their warriors to defend their territories and expand their domains, the people of Agbara Warri Kingdom have preserved the tradition of honoring the bravery and exploits of their warriors in a cultural celebration known as the Iju Owurie Festival, also popularly called Agbasa Juju. Last week, young men from the 7 communities that make up the Agbara Warri Kingdom, wearing red caps and white warlike costumes and led by their respective war generals, also known as Okobaro, marched to Otodo, the traditional headquarters of the kingdom, also called Agbasa Community Ground, the venue of the event. There, they pay their homage to the deity of the land, also known as Owurie, which is believed to empower them and their machetes for battle in their energetic and warlike dance. The crowd, which was obviously consumed with excitement and celebration, watched as the men performed several rites and rituals amidst dances and displays, while they awaited the grand arrival of the kingdom's field marshal and warlord, the Olotu. He proceeds into the Owurie shrine for sacred rituals before making his fearsome appearance that sends the entire crowd into a frenzy. The staggering movements and powerful performance of the Olotu mark the climax of the ceremony, after which the eldest man in the kingdom, also known as the Opako, ceremoniously brings the event to a close as the Olotu retreats back into the shrine. The people say the 2025 Agbasa Juju Festival is not just a spectacle of color, but a reaffirmation of tradition, ancestral reverence, and a vibrant display of culture that unites the people and captivates spectators from far and near.
This festival has been on for over 500 years. It's our national heritage and our pride. It's a war festival, portrays the vigor of the people, and it always usher in good things to the kingdom.
I'm now 70 years old. I've attended it every year. My parents used to bring me to attend the ceremony. It unites the whole community together.
Dignitaries, including the representative of the governor and the chairman of Warri South local government area, who attended in person, commended the Urobo-speaking Agbara Warri people for preserving this significant cultural heritage despite the pressures of modernization. For the Ovie of Agbara Warri Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Kingsley Emakpo Orere Igbi II, although not physically present at the celebration, as tradition allows the chief priest to represent the king during such rituals, he acknowledged the deep cultural significance of the festival.
My father was part of it many years ago. I was happy to see that it was done in my presence at the first time as the king of the kingdom. The unity was something different.
Speaking further, Igbi II used the opportunity to call for peace and unity in Warri South, especially in light of recent reports of tension amongst the three major ethnic groups coexisting in the area.
Our reigns will be like Solomon. There will be no crisis here. There will be no gunshot. Like what happened in the past. We all are suffering it. Whether Robo, Shekiri, Ijon, every of us are suffering. But we ask God in His mercy to bring peace to Warri.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's where we draw the curtain on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA, thanking you for staying tuned. Bye for now.